Today, Thursday, 19th, 2015, we keep with the circus of the sickness in this disgusting land with the pardon of victims and innocents. There is a recurrent reality that I'm going to talk about. You know, so much times you found me in the middle of the nets saying terms which are not really for the hearing or taking at account of no glass of briefing information or elemental for the realities, but the realities are even with the terms implies that the reality that every day I suffered since my 5. But this legions, this class of demons degenerates with proud of name of Argentina and pride of the hell themselves recognized and ever after, and pretending to the right ones to hearing and taking in count, and the only ones to be the everything I exist, even God himself, and telling that God, ELUEH'YAH, will be Argentinian, and pretending this cast of abominables and low pieces of scum, excremental sickness of the same abomination to be that. Let's make some certain clear things. You know, I have been so long with so much suffer. Give me a moment while I just keep on talking. And in the middle of these disasters, suddenly we're having much of the conditions which brought actually less humanity about peoples that knew me, and especially about my person for the reason of that. So suddenly, to the fact of this is a certain lack of help, which doesn't help for no reason to actually no class of element for truth that I will be provoker or conditionant for this to happen. So, at the side of this and at the fact of this, everything will imply directly the actions of I will produce, and focus for the supposed emerge that I will cause and manipulate and generate about the supposed expertises of the spiritual. KIRSCHNERS of Sodom and Gomorrah and Babel. And to sorry the victims. Let's put in things at the clear. Yesterday, like much other times, we have been through certain other sects, further my natural state of anger and tiredness, and at the fact for the soul and clear as the reason of my anger and rage and really tiredness enough. As I ever do not come for the elemental to destroy which I love, and the tiredness delivers me not to the destruction of what I love, but to dealing with the shit that destroys which I love and who I love. So suddenly, in the middle of these destructions that this perro degenerados does, which I don't give no permission and no field and no motsu, no field and condition and endorsement, not validation and not access for that happen, and the degenerados evangelistas de guarda telling, he said, so he's making. I am not making nothing. Adonai announces and Adonai determinates, and whenever it is the actions for the reality of who I am, prophet of ELUEH'YAH, and me, I myself, ELIYAH, EA-AA-FFAA-UNASUR, ZESH'MEI'EHL, menorah. There is the REDEMI, because of the REDEMI is not a potion, it's not an element for witchcraft and magic dick for the making the plech. Sorry. Adonai is Adonai, and the talisman of diabolos. Power. You got to be careful. You better don't you ever breathe, and don't you ever say a word. And others. So 7 in the middle of this sickness, for the putting in clear what this is like, at the fact of the realities of who we are, I still came at the right edge of the sickness of these abominable freaks, and ahead. Prostitutes of all time, KIRSCHNERS. Officialism, Peronism, with them Sodom Gomorrah, Ejército Argentino versus Armadas Argentinas and post-expertises, which they consider offense, how Thurs, and saying that this will be a provoking, while I will say what they are, and saying, how Thurs to say what we're saying and doing. And pretending to murder people to saying that I should shut up. And I should not say what they are because of they will commend and not me. Let's make this. At the clear of this, I came with a very symptomatic state for so long. And for so long, under this same threads, further my flowsy of yesterday, my violence, which is entirely normal for the reason of what this land of sickness and abominables provides with the pardon of victims and innocents that they go to rape and murder. With I do not endorse and not saying, oh, go ahead, and delivering with a, in the name of Jesus, because of my command, on that heavy feeling, we can. Perraso KIRSCHNERS y degenerados Sodom y Gomorrah, then bodies, saying that they can. Because of the spell of an evangelic will ever be enough, for supposedly God will never touch them, for they can do whatever they want. So suddenly, in the middle of this diablada enferma, de querer dar fasma, dar adskarashli, I'm found in a very situation that yesterday we're about to try to take in the government of Israel, state of Israel, and trying to take in the Jewish communities, council, Chinese, and trying to destroy the whole of the population, Jewish population in Atlisim, not only Europe, but wherever to be found in America, and saying that they will be them, not us. You understand? They will be them, the liars. KIRSCHNERS lives on the lying. And he said, the liars seek abominable freaks reduced atrophia, conceited of the worth and the highest, supremest ever, cast of hell. And also pride of violent, doggy shit to demand the blood of my people for what I say of them, like any diabla reventada egipcia sasabark, like any demon. The liars of supreme and pride of don't you dare, diablos de mierda, y perras violentas, y los voy a poner muertos. So in the middle of this reality, my symptomatology okay, Your Honors, you got it clear. My symptomatology shall be crabs, and crabs of a monkey, and crabs of a dog. That dogs has crabs. Are you kidding me? You have crabs, KIRSCHNERS, and all over inside. And further that, monkeys has crabs. Crabs dies in monkeys because of they has a special immunology, and there doesn't exist this. And if any monkey has a crab, it's because of you were around. So suddenly, sorry for this. Blech machalpa sima blem, and krefa chapta blidisevas pavla. I'm so sorry, forgive me please. And violent degenerates making again the same. So suddenly, at the fact of this, further as ever, I work with this symptomatology and so large days. And in the middle of this all, the only element for the possible contagion were coming to writers at how's this Crespo zone, and they naturally don't do this. And there were not, I am a friend of a president, to the making that, and some other store which it is compromised with the one of the liars, you think it's gonna be God in heaven, you think it's gonna be And so suddenly I just were exchanging pens in a very store for the trying to wearing what will I just buy. And further that, I do not come in nobody's bed, I do not exchange no underwears, no clothes, I use only mine. I only use the installations of my place. I don't go around no place except when I ever need a sanitation moment, which the seat with toilet paper, and I sit over whatever my physiology. If you want physiology or physiology. But let's say right? So suddenly, off of the normal regular that I will just come into acquiring for the using and the limitations still rubbing chops to me. And the mail as legal affairs by International Criminal Court as International Court of Justice direct to my door that I come to know now at the reason of we're a government and they cannot pass about us. You're sure? Sorry for this. Okay. So suddenly I were making the normal regular treatments, but I'm found that I came with a very large time in a very other class of a sufferer. And that other class of a sufferer were helminths. I have been with some Trevianaski, Dramesmolanti, Arkemophoras, Ner and Sobok, and Tanya. I eliminated the quote of the Maser. I just have a residual that I'm gonna end it for about 1 week on. So suddenly, naturally, at this reality, I shouldn't even have that because of my immunology destroys whatever this class, even. And at the reason of Adonai birthed me like this for. So, through the soul, and about the same character in just happened something. Gerrama plech machal visafim. In Claire fech machal visafim. Zliki rave chavaz and blevesach matzina. Rave fechal chamat lachivis sharif. So in the middle of the soul, I came with this situation. And the situation where the plecha chablech machal visach legimi. And love kimi rave fechal chamat sevet blevesach shasher. And suddenly I have other class of a state, which is not normal and I never had. Supposed agariosis, or agariasis. The supposed agariosis and agariasis will be from my pet, which is Pancho. I just healing him for about long years. At the first ever I had him with Suffer Sap. And Suffer Sap eliminated, but now will deliver in allergy if I will come again. So suddenly, at the reality of this, in Klech Machad Lechi Vishpot Lekin Chavech Matzimar and Glavesesavim. And the clear fact of this delivers into Klech Hachavet Glivis Matlevesevimar. Leki Reichale Chavet Lechim Maplechavesevet Laves Matlimidim. And that is exactly what happens in Klech Machad Lesivisofam. And supposedly I will receive the sickness of Graciela Estela Blanco with the sickness KIRSCHNERS to come in to pick me up for internation now. Yes, 837 here in Buenos Aires, and entonces venid para acá. Betlesen rabafech machable sivisos lekim, in rabafech glika vespot leki vispot mapleves masisherev. And glechmatan. So suddenly, haben the klefi kamachlech havatzev ablevesecheshvat leki misalamad. And my state is not the klech rabafech lachamatzechi veplovesos leveseshavim. Legir revefechal garramat samablechli chavablevesos levisi, inchkoleki revefechat simaplin bableki revefesmot levese. And the reality delivers into klechmaseshmot sivableki motzachalem. And I have deficiency for plesivispoptikachmatsemon plasma for the reason of these teguments. And I wouldn't have rights to eating because of evangelic says that I wouldn't work. And I wouldn't work in the law of them, Diablo, Lucifer, considered of being ELUEH'YAH, said that I were not working, so he wouldn't give me for it. And they says, that is the Lord. Well, they themselves robbed my jobs and everything I have rights to have. Saying because if I have not the right, then God will punish me. Opportunistic diablo de mierda. Like every one of them with the pardon of victims. Bethlehem, Ramaplech, Michael, Plechilisos, Lyric, KIRSCHNERS are the same, and well and through, this is exactly what happens. Bethlehem, Ramapechlachim, perras degeneradas of Ministerio de Salud, making with Graciela Blanco, Eduardo Rosenberg, my brother-in-law, and that Plech Machalvisoflekim, that I will need medication and I will be so insane, and other class and Plechisideschwatlekim, that I will ever insults the Policía Federal Argentina, insults the government, he got incarnated. Don't you see he needs medication? And like this, that they will ever come for the, oh, we are just making a very evaluation for so long time. And like in so suddenly on the truth of this, perras abominadas, KIRSCHNERS, llamando acá. ¿Vos no me tratas así? ¿Vos no me hablas así? Telling that I will be a zoophile, that I will ever have my parts on the Agarias is for genitality animals contact. And they are the zoophiles that goes to making the practicing science and rites of state. For the same science of sacrificial. Blowjobbing a male, alpha male dog, and raping the dog. And perros enfermas giving Viagra to a dog and making the chap, and after sacrificial thing, that is authority. So suddenly in the middle of this, and further that much other, I have a recurrent state that they produces and they delivers, for they saying, of course, that he remains over, por una moneda, digo cualquier cosa, ¿dónde tengo que firmar? And associating all criminals and making the deliverance of the match on the socials, the whole class of the Plech Mahal Bechivisot Ki Rabefechalham Bebelsi Rabeflechalvisot Levisif. What will this bring? Garama Plech Mahal Visot Ki Mahresim, KIRSCHNERS are this. Berrevetika Rabefochalaki Mahrabefechala Levisvol, Vesekilish Matekili Ramitim, and Blechevifochleki Vesot Levesashvaklika. Rema Blecheveklika Hamna Plevesachevelos Patim, Bapleki Arvesavelishuat Levispat, Inkolki Marim Albetomaki Rafechmat Levesafisop Levespatleki Spatika, Inkoltumatleki Mirafechlukus, Fatlevesopleki, Hartevasmatlikam, Innatlubatlika Mahrabesivesh Fechmat Leveseki, Ravetachiot Levespatika Shmatleka, Simut at Moshmitika Matlibitsam, Boruma, Barretoval, Boasmativ, and Blachmasim, and here's what they delegates to do daily. And also, I am the government after all. And so what do we do about it? And in the apartments where massive rapes happens, they themselves, with some evangelics united of praying and cruda, torturing my people for whatever they says, Lord in Alami, and putting them and being there present while rapes them. For the band me like Sodoma, and making the Salo and the Pathamo and Ramatuka Abrafona Severin. And the Marica Federales, delivering that I offense them, and Perras KIRSCHNERS, that I offense them, and I were all the time delivering, and I have the witnesses of the escuela, the conducción, autoescuela, the KIRSCHNERS. We see it all the time delivering, and also attacks us and insults us. Yeah, sure, perra, violenta, degenerada mierda, enfermita, criminal, psicópata, reducida, atrofia. ¿Estás seguro que vos mandás? Y que vas a hacer lo que se te canta de mi vida, la de cualquiera, con el delirio de ser gobierno. https www.dmticvoc.dmi8500 dingbam dincom 4 604 29s BICBRMC middle Comtech Felkov 5 middle sys middle ODR theme 8.96 and forgot 4 and F9 everything works at this October 19th 2015. terrified. Seems now. Betlesen Rabefechlikim and Rabefechal Visansim, and Clerc Vesishvatsiva. Gerrach Maplech Visos Levisesheva. And what's a waiter? Leking Ramasim, 6 million murdered and 704 attacked by Argentina, Argentina. Marica reventada atrofiada acá. Y diciendo que tienen derecho. All yours, Your Honor. All yours.